Welcome to this segment where we honor the diversity of people in our community, people like us. I'm very pleased and honored to welcome back Aejaie Sellers of the LGBT Community Center in San Jose, the Billy DeFrank Center. Aejaie, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you, Roberta. It's great to be back.
Well, you have a good pulse on what's happening, especially in San Jose, but on this Proposition 8 we want to talk about in particular. Please explain to our viewers, if you can, what does this mean for Proposition 8? Why is it important to us?
So in May, the Supreme Court justices in the state of California ruled that Prop 22 was invalid, which then legalized gay marriage in the state of California. Several weeks later, a group of individuals in the state of California got a petition passed to put a constitutional amendment up for vote. That constitutional amendment is presently known as Prop 8. Prop 8 is a constitutional amendment that would fundamentally change our Constitution, saying that marriage is strictly between one man and one woman. It's important for our community and for the whole community to really rally against this type of proposition that puts, language into our Constitution that specifically segregates our communities.
Now, those who are voting for are promoting a yes on this proposition are really putting on a very strong campaign and giving the impression that things will be changing in our legal system even for children and churches. This is really giving the mixed messages to the community.
Yeah, some of the information is not exactly correct that they're putting out, and the court was very clear. The court was clear in the point that this will not affect any church, that churches are always free to discuss from their pulpit with their members about any subject that they choose. No one has been taken into court or sued because they have refused. Churches still have the right to refuse any couple for any reason not to marry them. None of them will lose their status because their federal status is a federal law. This is all at the state, so no churches will lose their IRS status.
Okay.
As for children, all children who go through the public school system are all taught based on the educational code in the state of California. The educational code is not dictated by this particular ruling. This particular ruling is only on the institution of marriage and not on the educational code.
Well, those are things that are very important to know. Again, I think these mixed messages are going out into community at large, when basically what Proposition 8 is about is equality.
It's about equality and the fundamental right of marriage, that we were all born and raised with fundamental rights, and one of those is the opportunity to marry the person that we love and wish to spend the rest of our life with. Fortunately, there's a certain segment of our population that's always had that right. Now the whole population has that right, and it would be inappropriate and completely unfair to take away rights from individuals based on fear and not based on love, respect, and dignity.
Excellent. That's very well said. What are things happening in the Billy DeFrank Center to help promote this?
So the DeFrank Center is the main location in San Jose for No on 8, the campaign. So we have yard signs, and we are doing phone banks and volunteers. We're working with another proposition, the No on 4 proposition. So we're combining forces to really bring education both on No on 4 and on 8. The No on 4 is a campaign around parental rights, parental notification for young girls who want abortions, which is also an important issue because Planned Parenthood and LGBT centers around the country have worked together around equality. So we're really focused on both of those campaigns, actually.
Well, it's good to know that the Billy DeFrank Center is really staying there in the forefront to get this information out to the community and the people at large. That's really terrific, and you're doing a really great job of that. We appreciate that. Now, with it coming up in November when things change, do you see something, a radical shift in the community?
I don't know that. I think it really depends on what happens in November. So if for some unforeseen reason Prop 8 passes, we will see all sorts of lawsuits continue, because what happens is that constitutional amendment will actually be in complete conflict with the rest of the state constitution. If it fails, we can be well assured that it will come back and they will bring another fight to try to change the Constitution again.
Well,
So
I know we'll be amongst those fighting. Having been recently married, you know the joys of having the person you love be with you.
I do. It's
Okay.
wonderful.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being with us tonight and explaining this proposition to our viewers, as well as Proposition 4, and for doing what you do in our community. For those of you who'd like to find out some more information, please take a look at your screen. You can see where you can get information about the Billy DeFrank Center and the No on Proposition 8. Thanks again for joining us, Aejaie.
Thanks, Roberta.
We'd love to get mail from you. Send it to Outlook Video at P.O. Box 390996, Mountain View, California, 94039-0996.
To contact us by telephone, call 408-293-3040, extension 205.
Or you can send email to comments@outlookvideo.org.
To learn more about Outlook Video and to get a list of our air dates and times, point your web browsers to outlookvideo.org.
Thanks to all you viewers who are watching us on cable television or streaming us live on the internet at accesssf.org. As I said last month in our tribute to Del Martin, the LGBT community has lost a dear friend, and the human community has lost a visionary and a hero.
We leave you with views of the civic celebration held at San Francisco City Hall Rotunda of iconic lesbian pioneer Del Martin's life and work. On behalf of all the dedicated volunteers of Outlook Video, whose names you will see as we close, thanks again for joining us.
The point of this event was to elevate Del Martin to the place that many people feel she holds, with Martin Luther King Jr. and Cesar Chavez. And the event was set up and designed to honor all of her legacy and to make very clear how important all her accomplishments were.
There is